That's really, really sweet.
This is interesting. Huh?
That's really sweet. Good morning, Marina.
Good morning.
Good morning. We have a very, very unique situation here. Usually I was sitting upstairs in the control room just telling you what you have to do. Now I have to perform with you. But I perform with your sampled violin we did the previous months now in very, very heavy and exhausting sessions, if I remember correctly. And it's just a kind of proof of concept how close we can get with our sampled version to your wonderful live performing. I know live performing is always better and nicer, but I hope we can get as close as possible that our user will be convinced when they want to perform. We start with the détaché articulation. You remember we did some variations, and one variation was with soft attacks, so not pronounced attacks, very soft performed. And I choose a medium dynamic, a mezzo forte. I will start playing the first two bars, and you just try to repeat it as close as possible. Yeah? And let's just try the second variation where we have a more pronounced attack, so the marcato attacks. Just listen to the example. Okay, and now we just try to play a kind of small duet. This time it's forte. Also I play the first bar and you play the second bar, I play the third bar, you play the fourth bar. Und It's fun, isn't it?
It's very interesting.
I
really.
can perform violin.
I've never did anything like this. I've never done anything like this so far.
You know, when I prepared the very, very first sampling in the 90s of the last century, I took my cello, rehearsed the cello for a half a year to get back to a niveau which is worth to be sampled because I didn't perform 10 years, not my instrument. And of course, I used my samples, I recorded myself, and for me it was the greatest pleasure that I could perform things where I didn't know that was impossible for me on the cello, also large interval jumps in a fast tempo which were never in tune. It was so easy on the keyboard. Okay. Let's go to the next example. It's we call it a legato patch. So here where we have recorded all the intervals, if you remember, this very long recording. I think it was the very first patch we did where you performed this wonderful progressive vibrato where you get to the next note and start the vibrato a little later. You will hear it when I perform this. It's more in the piano range. So I just play you the bass and I hope you can repeat it. Great. And now the opposite, a very fast legato movement. This is based on these special fast legato patches we did where you had to perform these 3 pattern notes with seconds and minor thirds, major thirds. And from this stuff we created the base of this patch. Okay, I'm going to a kind of mezzo forte. Super. And last but not least for legatos, do you remember where we did this nice slides into the note? No? It's, the patch is also called Zigan style, which tells everything, I think. And it's a combination of interval samples, the slides, and we did patches where you make at the end of the note this octave up slides. No? If I perform it, you will hear it. I don't know how difficult is this now to reproduce it. The very first note of the phrase is this slide in, and at the end of the note of a phrase you hear this glissando up phrase. You're welcome.
This is a difficult stuff.
You can try it multiple times. No problem.
Difficult, but just interesting.
Super. Is this a typical style you perform sometimes, or is it very exotic for you? This Heugen
challenge,
music? As it's not your common playing style, no?
No, it sounds a bit gypsy style.
It's gypsy.
It's gypsy style.
It's called Zigan.
Okay.
Okay, and the next one, it's just a proof of concept for me. We recorded drills, you remember, and I prepared a patch where you have a small slide between the two keys of the phrase, and I just want to hear if this is doable or sounds similar when you do it in the real world scenario. Okay. And now something evil. You know, the problem is everything, a lot of things are so easy to do on the keyboard and are extremely difficult on the instrument. And I think the next one is something which is extremely difficult on instrument, and it's good to show this now, how the differences are between keyboard playing and real time, also real performing. At which tempo I should perform this, that you have a chance to repeat it.
Bum, 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 bum.
Okay.
I
cool.
think it's
yeah.
when I take the very
it's pedagogical for all of our library users, no? That we do the right thing here, no? I played the wrong note even in this slow tempo. Okay. And now I just play it faster, and we just will listen what happens when you have to try this in that tempo, yeah? Mm-hmm.
Cross your fingers.
Yeah. You are very brave. No? I don't need it perfect, but that's a very important issue. No? That a composer who composes with sample libraries needs to get somewhere the knowledge what is possible and what is completely illusionistic, no? to perform. No? And this is a good example. If you ask this in that tempo, your artist will become difficulties in the recording stage. Okay, next one should be easier, and next one should be more fun because we tried this to perform in a canon. I will start a half bar in front of you and you just get into it. That's really, really sweet.
This is interesting. Huh?
That's really sweet. Okay, and now we just perform it in forte.
Yeah. Yes.
We have it. Super. Okay, and the last prepared example, these are the performance piccati. Again, these were these very fast phrases of 3 notes where you performed in spiccato. I just want to hear how close we are to the real thing. Just listen what I do. Okay. It's difficult or is it easy?
It's not difficult, but it has to lie down into my hand, in my hand. Because,
Yeah, so everybody has to know you didn't get a chance to look at the sheet music before we started recording here. So, yeah, Marina, thanks a lot. No?
Thank you so much.
It was really fun to do that. Maybe we can make a public session in the future where we perform as a duet. No?
Yeah.
But I have to practice my piano skills.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, you don't have to. Okay, thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Bye.